What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing an updated version of our Naya control deck that you guys seem to enjoy actually quite a lot more than I thought people would. So yeah, we'll get right into the deck tech or the deck breakdown and then right into the games. You guys know this was a favorite of mine, and now that Allegiance has come out and we got cool things like Rhythm of the Wild, I'm definitely interested to see, what I can really do with this deck, how I can make it a little bit better, and make it actually a meta deck. So we're gonna hop right into the deck tech or the deck breakdown, like I always call it, and then we'll get right into our games. So starting us off, we have two Fountain of Renewals. I believe this was in the previous deck as well. Dawn of Hope, Revitalize, Seal Away, Lava Coil, all those are in the previous deck, and essentially they just help us get out of the early game. Fountain of Renewal, really great against aggro, really great late game for some card draw, so sort of a double effect there for 1 mana. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Two copies of Dawn of Hope, either as a soldier creature token generator, which can be a win con if you're really stressed on a game. It can be, or you pay the 2 and draw a card. You can do this at the beginning of every upkeep once gaining life from Fountain of Renewal, so it's sort of a little combo there, but you can also do it from Revitalize and Ritual of Rejuvenation. So there's multiple ways to proc this, as well as your soldiers with lifelink once they do come out. So I do feel like as a 2 of, it's a perfectly fine card in the deck. Moving on, we have 2 Revitalize, gain 3 life, draw a card. Pretty basic, keeps you alive against aggro, keeps you alive against Gruul Beatdown, against Naya Beatdown, against Simic Beatdown, which there's a lot of Beatdown decks out, if you guys couldn't tell. A lot of Beatdown, a lot of control. So moving on, we have 2 Seal Away to deal with any early menacing creatures that may pose a threat. Now, if they throw out a 1/1, we probably won't seal it away unless it's like a Doomed Dissenter or something, and they're going to get additional value if we kill it. 2 copies of Lava Coil, and really you guys can see here, I'm trying not to destroy their creatures because destroying creatures sort of gets countered by Golgari decks, by mono black decks that bring things back from the graveyard. So we're trying to exile their creatures, trying to get them off permanently. But we do have some destroy effects in here, so nonetheless, we'll move on. We have 1 copy of Incubation Druid. I only have 1 copy, period. So I'm not so excited about Incubation Druid to spend a rare wild card on it. I feel like there's a lot better rares in Ravnica Allegiance and a lot more fun ones. But I do think it is an excellent card, and if I had more, I would definitely be adding more and maybe cutting out some Grow from the Ashes, as it's a little bit slower than Incubation Druid. The adapt cost for Incubation Druid to get you the 3 mana, or the 2 additional mana, however you want to look at it, is the same as Grow from the Ashes Kicked. So, and you're pretty much always going to be playing Grow from the Ashes Kicked. There's no real reason to play it unkicked, unless you're just in an absolute hurry and you only need 1 land. For the most part, you'll be playing it kicked, which is 5 mana. So 5 mana on Incubation Druid, you adapt it, you get a creature, and you have the mana effect. So nonetheless, moving on, we have 2 copies of Justice Strike. This helps you take out, big Ajani's, big creatures in general, because a lot of big creatures are going to have equal strength and defenses. So this is a really cheap removal for those creatures. And like I said, up against Ajani decks, it works fantastic. Gate Colossus decks, you're doing better if you can exile them. If you need to Justice Strike them, go for it. But they're going to get them back. So if you can exile them, better. Seal away, if they don't have Vigilance. I don't know how they would be getting Vigilance, but, point of the matter is try to seal them away. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Ritual of Rejuvenation. Now this is essentially just a upgraded version of Revitalize. Costs 2 extra mana. Or no, 1 extra mana. I'm sorry, I can't count. Heals you for 1 extra life, draw a card. You could take all these out and sub in all Revitalizes if you want to make your deck cheaper. I feel like the 4 life is indifferent, and I may end up cropping those 2 and adding in 2 more Revitalizes. Because 2 mana isn't bad. 3 mana is a little costly to draw 1 card, so let's do it like that. I do think Revitalize is a little bit better. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Crushing Canopy, which were not in the last deck. Now, destroy target creature with flying. There's a lot of Ravnica Allegiance flyers, so taking out 1 of them, that's okay for 3 mana. as just some spot removal. And then the other one, destroy target enchantment, that's going to be huge. There's a ton of enchantments in Ravnica Allegiance and a ton that are getting played. Example number 1, Rhythm of the Wild. A lot of removal, Seal Away, Ixalan's Bindings, Still Enchantment. So I feel like it's very enchantment heavy meta right now. So if you want to run anti-enchantment, feel free to. You're going to use it. It's not like last season where most people were using instant and sorcery spells to remove your stuff. This season, they're using a whole lot of enchantments. So, moving on, we do have 3 copies of Grow from the Ashes. This is to help us ramp up, of course. 2 copies of Rhythm of the Wild to get our, our big Carnage Tyrant, our Zetalpa or Zacama out, either with a +1/+1 counter, which is scary, right? Because then you have a 5/10 Zetalpa, or a 5/9, I'm sorry, which has double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible, and it's flying. So, fucking bonkers right there. Or 10/10 Zacama with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample, or Zacama with Haste, which could very easily just finish off the game. So yeah, Rhythm of the Wild, making your big creatures come down all the more fast, and making it to where Zetalpa and Zacama can't be countered. So, wonderful, 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 wonderful Ravnica Allegiance card. Moving on, we do have 2 Deafening Clarions. This is to, of course, get some board wipe in there. Now, I found it's not as crucial in this go around, in this meta state right now. There's a lot bigger creatures than just the 3 from last meta. You do still have the aggro decks that are super annoying, but we're up against a lot of Simic Merfolks that are adapting and getting really big. We're up against some Hydroid Crasses that maybe come out with 4. So the 3 from Deafening Clarion isn't as important, so I think we did crop a copy here. But still a really good card nonetheless. And the lifelink, if you can throw it down in your, Zetalpa or Zacama, either way you're gaining a hell of a lot of life. So moving on, we added 2 copies of Night of Autumn. As I said, this is a very enchantment heavy meta. So throwing down a Night of Autumn, excuse me, and selecting the Destroy Enchantment, honestly not bad. 3 mana to destroy an enchantment. Same thing we're playing for Crushing Canopy. So perfectly worth it in my book. Or if you need the 4 life, you have that. Or if you just need a creature down, it comes out, or she, I'm sorry, comes out with a 4/3. So just excellent all around adaptable card. I really like adaptable cards that, especially like this, it has 3 different choices, so it fits almost in every single deck that you're going to play it in the color format at least. Excellent card, I think, right now in Standard, and I think Night of Autumn will be a card that gets played and picked up more as the meta gets refined. So that's just my personal thoughts on it, but take everything I say with a grain of salt. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Ixalan's Bindings, hopefully to permanently remove some of their annoying creatures, enchantments, whatever it may be. Settle the Wreckage, obviously a mass clear for us. Cleansing Nova, excellent card, as our Zetalpa doesn't get destroyed by it. So, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. This can be a little bit dangerous late game if you have a Rhythm of the Wilds, if you have a lot of stuff on the board. 2 Carnage Tyrants, uncounterable, so even if you don't have your Rhythm of the Wild out, they can't counter it. Trample, Hexproof, just a solid creature, 6 mana, 7/6 with Trample, solid, right? You want to run it because you're not always going to be able to play your Zetalpa and your Zacama and win like that. So if you're only playing those 2 big creatures and you're expecting to win off that, you're going to come up disappointed sometimes. So I found 2 copies of Carnage Tyrant really helps to offset this. Plus, a Carnage Tyrant coming in with either a +1/+1 buff, so it's an 8/7, fantastic, or coming in with haste, so it can just attack on the first turn, again, fantastic. So, and then of course we have the old favorites coming back: Zetalpa, Primal Dawn, 2 copies, and Zacama, 2 copies. So, pretty excited to hop right back into this now. I need to preface this because you guys often tell me like, hey man, you're missing like a lot of cards in your deck, like these cards would be so much better, and I do understand that, but I'm building the decks with as many cards as I have. So if you request a card or you say like, man, why aren't you playing this card, that seems kind of dumb, well, I only have 3 wild cards, right? It's not like I got a lot in the bank, and I gotta pump out videos every day, or at least that's what I'm trying for, so I can't exactly just invest all in on one deck, as I would like to prefer to sometimes, because I gotta keep it up, keep it fresh, and yeah. So if I don't have a card, I do apologize, but still leave your suggestions down below, because I still do take note of them, and later when I do get the cards, I'll go back, sub them into the decks, and try it out. So, nonetheless, I feel like that was a lengthy deck breakdown, so we're going to get right into our games here. I was going to say we were going to hop, but I guess right came out. Anyways, we're going to get right into our games here, so see you then. Alrighty, and here we are in game 1 up against the Badge Man. I don't know if that means that he loves badgers or that he's a police officer. Decent hand, we'll start with it. I'm not going to pay the 2 life unless we draw a Fountain of Renewal or something like that. Never mind, I forget I go first. So we're not going to pay the 2 life. Next turn, we'll throw down a Dawn of Hope. Having 2 copies of Ixalan Binding starting out in hand is perfectly fine by me. Most of the games you play with this deck, you're just going to be waiting. As boring as that sounds, some people love control decks, and I'm not the biggest fan of conventional control decks. You know, countering, just making sure to loop it back to your turn. Like, that's not really my style or my forte. We can go ahead and throw down a Knight of Autumn with a +2/+2 counters. We might should have saved it, but he hasn't shown anything yet, so I'd rather take the early damage. You guys know I'll play aggro if I can. If my opponent's not showing shit, I will go in on them. I don't care. Next turn we can Revitalize. Now, playing it slower in a control deck typically is what you do, but again, like I said, I'm not your standard control player, so I don't play control decks the average way. Hence why I came up with this Naya control deck, which is a control, yes. But is it spicy control? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to swing all in, then we'll Revitalize afterwards. He may or may not block it. Nope, not going to block it. That's okay. We get the early 4 damage, and we may just wait for his turn to Revitalize, because you know, there's no real reason in rushing, and I'm definitely not going to Deafening Clarion quite yet. Taking out 1/2/2 just doesn't seem like it's worth it. And it looks like he's going for a gate deck, so we're going to want to save our Ixalan's Bindings, yeah, for something like that. Gatebreaker Ram, we want to Ixalan's Bindings. The Gate Colossus, we will want to Ixalan's Bindings. And we already have Zacama and Zetalpa in hand, so that's fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of his Gatebreaker Ram and hope that he cannot get rid of our Ixalan's Binding, so that way we never have to see those again. Gatebreaker Ram, really strong card. 3 mana for a 2/2. Not that great. 3 mana whenever you have 3 gates out already, so he comes out as a 5/5 with Vigilance and Trample. Super good. So, we'll see what our opponent has up his sleeve here. I'm enjoying the fact that now that Allegiance has been out longer, we're seeing more new decks, if that makes sense. Even if they are still all, for the most part, copies of, you know, the bigger YouTube channels or Twitch streamers that play. Because most of the decks you see will be repeats of those, or variations of those. People will be, you know, taking their ideas. Let's see, he can't really do anything except for block it, so maybe he's running out of creature cards, doesn't want to go down to 12 life. That's understandable. We're sitting pretty well right now. We can play Ixalans, we can play Deafening, we can play Seal Away, and we got a Zetalpa and Zacama held back for when we do get to the amount. If he's going to pass it to our turn, I'm going to go ahead and spawn up a 1/1, because why not, right? We have the mana, no need to waste a turn on it. He's going to throw out Growth Spiral. If he had a Gate Colossus, it would already come down, right? He has enough. Revitalize, okay. Evolving Wilds is nice. What do we want out? I think we just want a Plains out, yeah? Make sure we can cast out the Zetalpa no problem, and cast all of our white spells, because we do have a lot. And then no real need to play anything else. We will all attack. Bring him back down to 14. Do we pay the 2, or do we wait till next turn and just get out another soldier? I say we go ahead and pay the 2. Let's look for some land. There we go. Alright, and then on his turn, if he plays a creature with haste or something like that, we can seal it away. But I'm not too worried about the board state right now. He does have a whole lot of gates down, so... But like I said, even with a Gate Colossus, if we have it Seal Away, we have an Ixalan's Binding, Zetalpa can handle a Gate Colossus perfectly fine, and Zacama can just destroy it, right, for 3 mana, because it's an artifact. So, pretty pretty alright with our matchup here. Granted, it may be a little bit of a longer game. I think we should have it. Of course, I don't mean to sound cocky or any of that. We may Ixalan's binding his guild summit, right, before he gets any more down. We still have to seal away kept back for his gate colossus, so I feel like that should be perfectly fine. But a guild summit and a guild gate deck is like crucial, right? That's all of his card draw. We don't really need Rhythm of the Wild yet. The only thing that we could cast it out with is Carnage T, and we don't have a Carnage Tyrant in hand. So there's a Growth Spiral. He'll probably get, what, 1 card draw out of Guild Summit? Yeah. That's okay. Better than, well, I mean, 1 card draw out of its effect past its enter the battlefield effect. So we'll go to next, we'll go to combat, and we'll swing all in. Bringing him down to 9 now. So we may end up winning this simply with a Knot of Autumn, and yeah, we'll go ahead and pay the 2. Like I said, I'm not worried if he throws down a Gate Colossus next turn. It's not going to have haste on it unless, well, he could throw down a Rhythm of the Wild and a Gate Colossus. But even still, then on my turn, I will just seal away and yeah, move on like nothing ever happened. So we are up to 7 mana, 1 away from Zetalpa and 2 away from Zacama. I haven't really seen any removal from him, which is kind of worrisome, right? Which he doesn't want to use removal on a Knight of Autumn. He doesn't want to use removal on a 1/1 Knight. Or, I'm sorry, Soldier. Just your God, he is getting out a lot of land. He probably has a Gates Ablaze if I had to guess about it. The wonderful thing, though, Gates Ablaze won't kill Zetalpa. It'll kill Zacama. If he has 9 out, what does he have? 3, 5... He has 8 right now. Probably have 9 by next turn, so... And there's enough mana for Zetalpa, so... We're gonna go and throw down Rhythm of the Wild. I don't think we Deafening Clarion, right? Like, it feels a bit excessive to take care of 1, and we're gonna kill our own Soldier and our Knot of Autumn. Let's just swing in. I'm assuming he'll block here, otherwise he's going down to 8. Yeah. Alrighty, so now when Zetalpa comes out, we may just have it come in with haste, because he's going to deal 8 damage. Knight of Autumn's going to deal 4. That's the 12 we need to wrap this game up. And this man just keeps trying to ramp, but I don't know why. So far, he hasn't shown us anything besides a gate. Maybe he has some more Gatebreaker Rams in the deck. Okay, Gates Ablaze. That's perfectly fine. We will get out a Soldier Creature Token. And now we'll get out a Zetalpa. And we're going to throw it down with haste. So he can go ahead and attack. Our opponent may just concede here. Honestly, I probably would if I was down to 3 health with Zetalpa on the board. But, you know, to each his own, he may have a way to come back. But like I said, Gates Ablaze won't get rid of Zetalpa, so he's going to gain 3 life, not enough to keep him out of can't talk today. Our kill range. Hydroid Crassus. How much did you do it for? 11. Ooh, that's spicy. That is spicy. Let's see. Let's throw down a Rootbound Crag. Throw down our Zacama. Let's throw haste on it, right? Because then we win pretty much no matter what. Let's see. We can tap him 3 times. How much mana do we have? We have 9, right? So we can use Zacama's effect 3 times. Do we need to use it 3 times? Not really. We don't need to use it at all, right? Because even 3 on his Hydroid Crassus... Well, no, I'll take that back. We do need to use it. Zacama and Zetalpa have trample. So, if we want to kill him this turn, we need this Crassus to be as low as possible. Right? Now our Zetalpa will deal 6 even if he blocks. Our Zacama will deal 7 even if he blocks. And then let's just swing in with the 1/1. Alright, that's going to be GG. So, game 1 going pretty well for us up against Guildgate deck. So pretty happy about that, and pretty much saw everything we wanted to see and on time. So game 1, a perfect example of what you want this deck to play out like. And we're gonna go ahead and hop into a game 2 here. Alright, and here we are in game 2 up against Font Dragon or Fant Dragon. Not quite sure. Yeah, this is a decent hand. We have the Evolving Wilds to go ahead and reach in and grab a 4, so we'll be able to cast everything in hand minus cleansing. So that's alright. Having an earlier Rhythm of the Wilds could be okay. Might help our Not a Bottom out. Speak of the devil. So we'll probably go Rhythm of the Wild into Not a Bottom here. I don't like casting Grove from the Ashes, like I said, unless it's kicked, unless there's like a really good reasoning for it. So, and it looks like we're up against Merfolk. Merfolk unblockable. Unfortunately for him, I have a Cleansing Nova, so you know, and a Deafening Clarion, which are both really great against Merfolk, and we may actually just go ahead and Deafening Clarion on this next turn to go ahead and get rid of his River Sneak and his Silver Gill, and I'm guessing he's gonna throw down a Jade Bearer, so we can go ahead and wipe 3 creatures, and I think that's more efficient than throwing down a Not a Bottom, right? Kill 3 of his instead of throwing down 1 of ours. Sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, let's just go ahead and Deafening. And granted, he dealt 4 damage to us. We can heal it right back with Not a Bottom. So, and we more than likely will use the health with Not a Bottom unless he gets down a Deep Root Waters here. Pretty much the only enchantment that I'll worry about with Merfolk. Tempest Caller could be a little tricky. We're just gonna have to make sure our health stays up and his creature numbers stay low. We could go ahead and remove his Silver Gill, but I don't find that that's really worth it. If we enter her with a 2/2 plus the +1 from Rhythm of the Wilds, she's coming down with 3/3, which is what, a 5/4. Pretty good, I say. Yeah. Alrighty, so 3 mana for a 5/4. You know, that's pretty solid. Water Trap Weaver, that's okay. Also, putting our Not a Bottom down as a 5/4. Ooh, we could go ahead and Cleansing Nova, but I don't think that's really worth it, right? Let's just... Okay, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna pay the 2 life, I'm gonna kick out, grow from the ashes, and then I'm probably gonna play a Lava Coil or a Justice Strike. We're gonna need one of these and one of those. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let's use Justice Strike. I'm sitting here thinking about the Merfolk, and they do have some 3/4s and I think a 2/3. So Justice Strike won't work on those, and they could be cards that we want to remove. Whereas Lava Coil will. There we go. Seafloor Oracle. For an example, Justice Strike won't work on them. Lava Coil will. So you got to know your matchups. That's part of playing MTG, and being good at it is sort of predicting what your opponent's going to play. And what comes into play there is, 1, card knowledge. You got to know a lot of the cards, which means you either have to play a lot or you have to read up a lot. We're going to go and throw down our second copy of Rhythm of the Wild, as it does stack. Obviously not the uncounterable part, but the other part about your creature token, token creatures coming in with Riot. It does give them double the Riot effect. Okay, so Lava Coil actually didn't help us out there either. And we're gonna just have to stay back. Thankfully, our Not a Bottom can kill his Seafloor Oracle, but I don't see him attacking with either this turn. He may Tempest Caller us and attack with both, though. That would put us down to 4. If he does that, we'll probably Cleansing Nova. Deep Root Elite. And Tempest Caller? Okay, that's what I thought. So he's actually going to deal 7 to us this turn. Thankfully, though, he's got 1 card in hand. So could be a game ender for us. We could definitely lose out to Merfolk here, which obviously is a pretty hard counter to... Oh yeah, he has 2 more cards. Forget about the draw. Carnage Tyrant or Cleansing Nova? Carnage Tyrant isn't going to save us the game, so let's just go ahead and Cleansing Nova, right? Kill everything. Now, even if he throws something down on his turn, it's not gonna have enough force to kill us. Yeah, Kamina's, and that was it. So that's fantastic that we drew a Revitalize. I think we still go with Carnage T here, though. And let's give him the +1/+1 counter twice. So now he's a 9/8, right? 3 hits from Carnage Tyrant, and they're done. They're finite. Silver kill, that's okay. He's not gonna swing in with his Kuminas this turn. And he drew something else he could play. Maybe a Sleep. That would be pretty deadly. We'd still use Revitalize and be okay. Yeah, there's... Am I good or what? I called the Seafloor Oracle. I called the Sleep. Another Carnage Tyrant. Unfortunately, we can't do it, right? We have to gain the 3 life. No, gaining 3 life won't save us. Neither will Carnage Tyrant, will it? Nope. I think we're just boned here. Well, let's Revitalize. We may draw another land. Oh my goodness, we did. So we are going to live. Fantastic. We'll throw down our second copy of Carnage Tyrant. See how he likes that. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Revitalize into the land. Exactly the play we needed. Gotta love it when that happens. Alrighty, and now we have a Dawn of Hope, so we can really get back into this game now. Dawn of Hope plus creating the white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Yes. Negate? Who runs Negate in a Merfolk deck? Who does that? Alright, so we'll swing in with 1 Carnage Tyrant. If he had something he could have played to buff his Merfolk, he would have done it sooner. So, we need to swing in, and then this way, next turn when we swing in with both, if he hasn't come up with an answer, we win. So, this is a very close game. And I didn't expect to get the perfect draw with that Carnage Tyrant there, but yeah, and I wasn't expecting the negate either. Alright, so here's what we do. We just swing all in, right? We have 18 damage coming at him. Yeah, and that's going to be GG up against Merfolk aggro. Wow, that was incredible. So the Naya control deck actually being able to pull it out up against the Merfolk aggro. Super, super happy about that. Super proud, actually, that this deck can still handle decks like that. So we'll get on into a game 3, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the video so far. If you have, be sure to leave a like down below. It always helps me out. And yeah, we'll get right into it. Alrighty, here we are in game 3 up against Shoid Dash. Shoidash or Shoidash. Not quite sure where the enunciations go on that. Or it could be a Showy Dash or Show-I Dash or Hoey Dash. Look, I can go through this all day. Not an exciting starting hand, but it's okay. If we can, and we're up against another Merfolk. I was gonna say if we can ramp up into our Grow from the Ashes and ooh, Lava Coil and a Deafening are definitely what we want. Unfortunately, we are up against Merfolk, so if we don't manage to draw out a mountain, and soon, we are probably gonna be a little bit fucked. Oh, lordy, lordy. Let it begin. Alright, so there's the mountain we needed. So we will be able to Deafening Clarion all of his shit come next turn. Which, if you ask me, is fantastic. Because, well, do we want to wait for a Herald of the Secret Streams? Do we want to kill them all next turn? River Herald's boon. And next turn he'll play that. I don't think we Deafening Clarion yet. I think we wait. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us a hell of a lot, but I don't think we do. And we just play out our Incubation Druid and we wait for next turn. Alright, so here comes this Herald. Yep. And he's thinking he's in a pretty good spot. Like, oh, I got this game. It's on wrap. Ooh. That's unfortunate. We can't adapt her and cast Deafening. So we're going to lose our Incubation Druid here. That's unfortunate. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not paying the 2 life. But we are now up to Grow from the Ashes kicked range, so we can start kicking both of those out. Jungleborn Pioneer. We may want to Ixalan's Bindings that, right? Because we don't want the Hexproof Merfolk. It's really hard for us to deal with that. Either way, we're going to go ahead and kick out Grow from the Ashes. We'll probably just Lava Coil it for now. So what? We need at least one mountain, and let's go ahead and get out another Plains. And we'll just Lava Coil his Jungleborn. Now we are on a timer here. We have another copy. Oh, disperse. Super unfortunate. Should have Ixalan's Binding it. Of course, I guess he would have just dispersed it then too, huh? So I guess we're all right. He's gonna get one card draw here. Ixalan's Bindings may come down on the Seafloor Oracle. We do 4. He's still gonna do 1 damage to us. He still has a Jungleborn in hand. Play this kicked out. Cost what? 2 more mana to kick. We can still play Ixalan's Bindings even with this kicked, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's get out a Forest and a Plains, or maybe 2 forests? Forest and a Plains. And then we'll throw down Ixalan's Bindings on the Seafloor Oracle, because we don't want any more copies of that to be coming out. He'll probably play his Jungleborn this next turn. Let's see. His other card in hand is more than likely a Lance, to just skip straight to it. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll just Lava Coil his Jungleborn. Actually, we should have Justice Strike for the same reason as what I told you guys earlier, and we should have Memorial to Unity before we did either of those things. Nonetheless, we got a Carnage Tyrant, so I guess all is well that ends well. And again, another Merfolk deck, putting us down on the wire. Really, really making us want it. That's okay. This time, Carnage Tyrant doesn't come out with all the buffs and all the boosts. But again, that's okay. Justice Strike, not really helping us out here. He may or may not attack. Oh, he is. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to block him, right? Puts us down to 4. What other card do you have in hand? Or maybe he's just trying to get us out. Either way, whoa, voice crack. Either way, we got a Zetalpa. So I'm going to swing in with Carnage Tyrant this turn. Get him down to 13. Next turn, we have lethal. Holy hell, I'm so sorry about that voice crack. That was actually awful. Tempest Caller. No, that doesn't kill us. Fair play, but it doesn't kill us. Yep, that's gonna be game. Oh. Alright, we got the concede. Okay, I was about to say we can Cleansing Nova just for the shits and giggle after we attack as well if we wanted to kill his Merfolk. So yeah, all 3 games going fairly well. Our last 2 up against Merfolk, and we still managed to, you know, win out. Even if by the skin of our teeth we did it. Second game, or the second Merfolk game rather, not as lucky as the first Merfolk game. Drawing out that Carnage Tyrant perfectly on time. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. As I said halfway through, it does help me out a lot. Comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this, or future decks, or past decks, or you just want to talk, you know, shit or whatever. Perfectly fine with all of that. And, yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, peace.